Hello, hello, and hello, and welcome to his
and her perspective. Every time, man, every time.
every time.
Welcome to his and her perspective, where we find common ground and harmonized relationships.
Yes, that is what we do here. So we hope that you all are having an amazing day. Having an amazing day. How was your week, Vaughn?
Pretty good, pretty good. Nothing to complain about. Just going through emotions, man. It's been all right. How was yours?
Mine's, I had to go to Chicago for a funeral, but I got to see my family, got to see my children, so I got to get a whole lot of hugs. I said I was gonna hug everybody I saw with my mask on, of course, because I did that. I was being safe, as they said, because in Chicago they are not playing. Everybody's walking around with masks, and if you don't, you got to get a ticket.
Right, right. They were flirting with that idea down here too. But our governor is actually suing the mayor of it. Not suing.
Yeah,
Is that what it
he's
is? He's suing?
suing the mayor.
Yeah, yeah, because she's trying to, I guess, mandate wearing masks, but down here in Savannah, they're mandating it too. But he hasn't filed suit against our mayor yet.
Wow,
So
wow. Well,
got a little bit of conflict going on around these parts.
I know, right? So, well, it is what it is right now, right?
It is what it is. That's it.
So, hey, today, y'all, we are talking about just friends. How do you handle the opposite sex friendships while you are in a relationship or you're married? We're going to have that conversation. But before we go into that conversation, Vaughn, tell us what's in your cup.
Oh, you know what it is. Yerba mate.
No, and
Again.
then you got your alchemist cup all back and everything. Last week you didn't have that. I
No,
gotta give me
no.
one of those cups with my stuff on it. I feel a little hateration on this side.
Well, you shouldn't feel that way. You just need to step your game up. That's
I,
all.
I know. I don't have to get like you and be grown like you when I get grown, right? Right? I mean, man.
What's in your cup?
I am drinking Brooklyn Coney Island caramel coffee.
That's a
And it is a bean roasted coffee. It's a caramel flavor. It's a naturally flavored coffee too. I was really excited as I was watching it drip because it was real caramely, and I
mm,
love caramel. So, but the one thing that I love about this is that typically, from what I've drank with different coffees, is that caramel kind of, um, for lack of better terms, dilutes the strength of the coffee. But this is really strong, so I'm gonna be up to like 1 o'clock in the morning
mm,
drinking this.
man.
But it's really good.
So if y'all haven't guessed by now, she is more of a coffee drinker. I'm more of a tea drinker, and that's consistently that's what it is. Even though I do drink coffee sometimes, but I'm more of a tea drinker for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have to have that yin, that yang, that opposites, that his and her, that whole thing. It just works.
Yeah, it's that flow. That's flow.
Just that flow. That's that flow. So look, make sure that you all are sharing, subscribing to our Facebook channels and our YouTube channel, and saying something. We don't want to just sit here and talk at you. We want you to engage with us. So make sure that throughout this presentation or the show that you're going to be talking back to us. Tell us what you think. We love to hear it. We're going to talk to you about your comments and things of that sort. So make sure that you do a watch party, do something. Just click the share button and forget about it.
We got a comment already. Orenthio Scott says, if you're not related, you should not be talking on a regular basis.
Oh, they done got started already. Hold on, let us catch up in here because they done got started already, right?
Yeah,
Oh, watch party did not happen over here. Did you start your watch party?
I did, yeah.
Because mine's did not. It's Facebook be tripping with me, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it right here now. Okay, so let's get started because we didn't got started over here. The people on the board getting there before us. Happy Sunday to you all too, Smiley. Thank you so much for coming on with us. So listen, what is your take? Because I got a lot to say about this.
Do you?
I do.
So normally I like to, do the ladies first thing, but you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. I want to hear what you got to say.
So First of all, I think the word friend has to be defined because, too often we use that word very loosely. And but for me, a friendship is somebody that a friend is somebody I can rely on. I can lean on. I can talk to. I can call if I need to. And we probably do have regular, ongoing conversations. And so, the question: do I have a platonic friend? Or do we have platonic friends in our lives? Well, my wife and I have been married for 30 years. This will be 32 years total relationship time. And typically the only friends we have are people who are friends to our marriage.
Mm.
Okay? So if you're not a friend to my marriage, or if you're not a friend from her perspective, if you're not a friend to her marriage, then you don't qualify as a friend.
Yeah.
So, to the point that Orenthio Scott just made, I don't see the value in maintaining so-called platonic friendships outside of the marriage, because I don't think men and women are designed to be friends. I think we are designed to be mates, complements, and I think very rarely will you find, again, not that it's impossible. I think it is possible, but I think it's less common to find people who are genuinely and sincerely invested in just being each other's friend when they're male and female.
Right.
So for that reason, I think I don't see the value in it.
I totally agree. Actually, I totally agree. And because my thing is this, most times, and I have statistics on this, okay? Because I'm the numbers person. I got to find some numbers. I got to find some stuff to back up what I got to say. So most times when a male and a female come together, they're attracted in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
So, and even with some of the statistics that I have, talks about the attraction of a friendship. So then you kind of are looking for them at what in a friendship you want, that there's some attraction there. So that attraction is a fine line. And if you tip over it, it can lean in the wrong direction, and then you're in trouble. So when you come together as friends, what brought you together? What were each other attracted about? And most people are not going to sit there and go, so what were you attracted to me for? You're not going to have that conversation. You're just going to find that, oh my goodness, we kind of click. Oh, we've got so much in common. Oh, all of these things. And to me, a healthy friendship is someone that I can be very transparent with, somebody that I can be very open with, and somebody that I can share and bear all. And if you're doing that with your male friend, what you doing with your dude or your woman?
Heavy.
Because you're not going to be, somebody's going to miss. Because have you ever had that situation where, oh my God, this just happened to me and I cannot wait to get home and tell my wife? When you tell your wife, that excitement is, I mean, she's getting a full picture of what happened. When you tell that story again, it's going to be diluted. Yep. It's not going to get the fullness. So if you done went to your bestie and you telling your opposite sex bestie, oh my God, guess what happened to me today? Because you haven't gotten home to your spouse or your partner yet. By the time you get to your partner, they're going like, what happened to you? Oh, it was just, yeah, it was another day.
Yeah.
So you have to really be mindful of that. And let me go to my little statistics, because y'all know I like statistics. So
right,
this was pretty good. It says a research that was done by the University of Wisconsin, they investigated attraction between opposite sex friends, and they found that young men would experience stronger attraction towards their cross-sex friends than the woman. And that's men attraction to their female friends would be relatively stronger regardless of their current romantic relationships. Let me see if all this is important. This is a lot here. And then going further, the study says that men consistently overestimated the level of attraction felt by their female friends. There was a 2014 review in psychology that focused on how men and women decided to initiate and dissolve the opposite sex friendships. And these results would suggest that men have two goals when initiating opposite sex friendships, which is OSFs. A short-term one, to have easily accessible potential sexual partners, and a long-term one, to have an available potential long-term partner. And there was a trend in most men that sexually attraction and availability were important in initiating cross-sex friendships. What you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think, because I think it's easier, generally speaking, for women to maintain a platonic friendship than it is for men.
Yeah.
That article lays it out, I think, perfectly, because I think in the short term, in the interim, I think that, like you said, the initial attraction that brings you together, I think oftentimes. So let's say it this way, and it's a dirty joke that I think Chris Rock was the one that said it in one of his stand-ups. He said it's easier for women to maintain friendships with men because ever since you were 12 years old, every guy you've ever met has been trying to get with you. Whereas men, on the other hand, ever since you were 12 years old, you've been looking for someone to get with, hoping for that. So women are used to putting men in the friend zone, whereas men generally are not used to putting women in the friend zone. And I think that we are driven by different desires.
Yeah. And like we talked earlier, as a coach, if I'm coaching a couple that has that, then these are the things I would say to you. You must have a healthy relationship. And I think that even with Smiley, she's one of the viewers here, she posted something in one of her groups. And I basically said that most people don't know what healthy relationship looks like. And to me, if a couple was sitting in front of me and said, hey, my wife or my man doesn't want me to have this male or this female relationship with my friend who I've been friends with since I was in grammar school or things of that sort, then I would say, well, is your relationship healthy? And then if they can't answer those things, then again, healthy means you don't hide nothing from your spouse. That means that if your phone rang and she was closer to it, you couldn't get to it because your hands is full, she should be able to pick it up.
Yep.
And if that's not something that can be done, we can stop there. But okay, if that's being done, do you tell her everything? Or do you tell him everything? Are you communicating effectively? And are you transparent to the point to where you don't mind if you made a mistake? Because you're going to have to be able to come to your spouse or your partner and say, hey, you know what? This chick, I'm thinking she liking me. And instead of your spouse going, what? Let me go find something and go bust upside the head. You all are going to have a really good conversation about that. And it's going to have to be a healthy conversation where the jealousy won't come up. Y'all might even laugh about it. Be like, baby, I know she think you fine, something like that. Because if you can't have that conversation, you can't do that, then there should be no outside friendships. It shouldn't be. We got a lot of our comments are popping over here. Let's see what's going on up here.
And even just to that point too, you got to know who your spouse is, right? Or who your mate is, and you don't necessarily always have to say. I don't know that you necessarily have to always tell them when someone's attracted to you. You can just cut the friendship off. You can just and then that be that. I don't think every, especially if you have a spouse who's insecure.
Yeah.
Or, sometimes it's, because I've known couples who were trying to be transparent, and then, when that was shared, the spouse feels some kind of way. Well, what took you so long to figure it out? And then it creates tension between the two of you. So I think as long as you're on the up and up, and just keeping in mind that, we are imperfect people. And so not everybody can handle the sharing of that type of information. So as long as you're on your square, whether you're male or female, and the moment you recognize that somebody wants more from you than just your friendship, then 86, man, they got to go.
Gotta go.
Orenthio Renthio's on this one, boy. You
Yeah,
said
we got a lot. So Smiley was like, she said she couldn't find his comments, so he must be commenting from your personal page.
no, this is or it might be because I did a watch party on my personal page. So
Okay, so
I'll read it right here. It says, a true friend will tell you when you're wrong and will never influence you to do anything that will be detrimental to your marriage. And then after that, he says, rule of thumb, if your wife tell you, I think you're getting too close to your female friend, you better listen to her. Women can smell trouble a mile away.
Jezebel spirit, that Jezebel, you be like, I see her.
Yep.
I see her coming. So we got Desi said, hello, everyone. Hi.
Why can't I see my wife? Where's my wife's comment?
We got she's on your page, your Love Alchemist page. Smiley says, okay. We got here. Emma says, okay, yes, team, no friends. Absolutely. No new friends. Absolutely. For real.
No new friends.
We've got friends who's attracted to friends. I never have been. Okay. So I don't know if you came in, Tamika, on the statistics that I gave, that more men are attracted to the women, that the women are not necessarily attracted to the men. But I mean, that he might be attracted to you, you just don't know. Smiley says, men I date have major issues with my friendships with my two closest male friends, although they're both married. What do you think of that, Vaughn? Her two closest male friends, although they're both married and she's not.
Well, and she's saying, so the two male friends are married, and her male, the person that she gets into a relationship has a problem with the fact that she has a friendship with them. Right. I think you have to evaluate just how valuable your intimate relationship is to you. Right. Because if it's a relationship that you see some long-term potential in, that you put a lot of value in, and you stand the risk of losing that person because you want to maintain these extra friendships, these so-called platonic friendships, that's where it is. So
because look at it this way, they're married.
Yep, they already got who they want.
They locked up.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that what you want is what you get.
Yep.
She says, how do I work around that with progressing towards relationship? You got to decide what's more important. Because again, I promise you, let their wives say, Smiley is too close. She got to go.
It's a wrap.
Push you to the curb.
It's a wrap.
Done.
Yep. I think now I see a lot of comments on here now.
Yeah. I seriously don't believe in opposite sex friends. Sorry.
Yeah, I you know what? As much as anything else, like I said, it is possible, right? I'm not in the business of ruling out, what's possible versus impossible. So I like to gauge whether or not it's necessary. Right. And if it poses a risk to the harmony in your relationship, again, man, I don't see the value in it. I'm not letting anything look. There's an African proverb that says, when there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. Right. And so if there is something from the outside jeopardizing the harmony that is inside your relationship, then the enemy is you, because you're allowing these things to persist. Yeah. Let me go ahead and read through a couple of these comments. Tamika Nicole says, putting other men before your man.
Where you at? Because I was trying to click on them and then we comment. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to.
This is on the Love Alchemist page.
Yeah, but they coming up on your thing here. So click on them. Can you see them on your comments from the
StreamYard?
Yeah.
I don't see them there. Oh wait, hold on. Yep, there it is. Boom.
There you go. So click on them so everybody can see it.
Okay. So let me see. I see Emma says, okay, yes, team, no friends. You read that. Right. Tamika Nicole says, friends. Who's attracted to friends? I've never been. I have never been.
That's the one that we just went through.
Smiley Bay says, men I date have major issues. That's the one you read. How do I work around that? Tamika Nicole says, I seriously don't believe in opposite sex friends. I'm with you on that. I don't see the value in it.
Right.
Man, it's several comments here. Tamika
So
Nicole.
this is the next one.
There you go.
There you go. So
Nearly
every friend was
sorry,
interested in me until they were dating others. No love lost, but let's not be naive.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, in my experience, I think typically women are more naive about this dynamic than men are, because I've heard so many women say, "Oh, I have several male friends," but I don't hear a whole lot of men saying that they have a whole lot of females who are just friends. Now, there are men who do. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but for the most part, if men are being honest with themselves, one of two things is happening. If you have a lot of female friends, either they want to get with you or you low key want to get with them.
Right.
And then every now and then there's one that just, they get in that lane where it's just platonic, but I don't think that's nearly as common as we like to believe.
My thing is, if he can't call you sister and you can't call him brother, then y'all shouldn't be having friends.
Yep.
Because you have to make sure that there is boundaries there, and they have to sometimes be verbal boundaries to be able to say, oh, there is nothing here, and it's the same thing. Because I mean, if you think about it, would you be trying to get up with your brother or your sister? Probably not. If you do, I mean, but I mean, that's not what should be happening, right? So you got to think about that.
Here's one way for women, and I don't necessarily advise doing this, but if you really want to know if that man in your life is a friend, try him. Send him a text, phone call, and see if you offer something more intimate than just your quote unquote friendship. See if he take you up on the offer. And I bet you better than 90% of the time, you're going to find out that there's more to it than just friendship. Unless he is completely unattracted to you. Like and there are some women out here who, in these friendships where there is absolutely zero attraction on both ends. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little. I don't know about that, Vaun.
I'm not saying do it. I'm saying
don't test that, ladies, because if you don't want your feelings hurt, because see, the natural human response to rejection is to try it again. You get rejected, you gonna feel some kind of way. Like what? So I ain't cute to you or something. You're not gonna think, okay, great. Oh, he don't like me. You're not gonna think that way. You're gonna go, what's up? I mean, like, am I not cute or something?
I'm just saying that to say, I'm just saying.
Just be careful, ladies, if y'all try that.
You can take it to the bank that most of the time, if you do that, and I'm telling you, it's going to be at least 90% of the time. And it almost don't even matter what you look like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because if he wants the booty, it don't look like your face.
It is what it is. So I think that you'll find that most men, if you send that text message out, and if you don't want to know the answer, don't send the message.
Right. Sometimes you just don't want to know, right?
Sometimes you just don't want to know. Some things are better left unsaid. You just keep on pretending in your mind that that's your best buddy.
That's your best bud. But my thing, okay, so how about this? Because my thing is this. I have cut off relationships because I feel like like you said earlier, what is the point? If we don't need to be friends after we're no longer together. There is not a necessary in there anywhere. I mean, for what? So that, I mean, why?
Yeah, there's usually some sort of ulterior motive on one party or the other. There's no, like you said, there's always something attractive about the arrangement. Whether it's, it could be business, it could be pleasure. I mean, but there's something attractive going on there that that inevitably will compromise what we like to refer to as a friendship.
Right.
We got a few more. We got a lot of comments.
We got a lot of them. Let's go. I'm gonna click on them so we can. So Tamika Nicole said, I think she's spot on too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Read that.
Alma says, that's why I'm in favor of gender separate workplaces. My co-workers are all women. The men I'm attracted to work in all male environments. Yep. I appreciate the same type of scenario. My entire adult working career has been primarily all men.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been an entrepreneur for so long, so I kind of been working by myself most of the time, but
Most of it, that's what it's been.
wow.
And I appreciate that. Let's see. Tamika Nicole says, Stephanie Marshall, exactly. I was shocked. What did Stephanie say to make her say that?
I agree with Vaun, says he gonna smash.
You better believe it. He gonna smash.
Oh, that's because they popping up. They coming in so fast. We got to go back up some more. Hold on. They are talking to us today. Hold on. Where we at? I think she's spot on. We already read that one. Yeah, you guys. Smiley gave us some hearts. She said, "Yep." That's bordering emotional cheating. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't be telling the secrets.
Yep.
Smiley Bay said, exactly. If the relationship isn't healthy like that, I can't be a part of it. That's why I don't understand why I can't keep my male friends.
Uh-oh.
You can't, because
they need friends.
They not your friends, girl. Back off, because I'm telling you. Okay, let me ask you this. First, put this in and we're going to find that comment. So we're going to get to it. But tell us, have you been in their house with their wives? She says she totally agree on that one. She's yes, truly knowing each other is key for me. Hey, Derek.
What's up, Derek?
Go ahead and read that one.
He said, Tamika Nicole says, we use each other emotionally as friends when that energy needs to be directed toward our marriage and family. Absolutely. Not some friend, right? So what is a friend in the generational success?
Right. That is deep. I mean, like what they gonna give?
Yep. Yeah.
I only have true friends. They talk back to each other exactly.
Yeah.
Why does a woman want to be that emotionally close to a man in a relationship? That's disrespectful, Tamika Nicole says.
You know, a lot of people too.
She says she came in late.
A lot of people don't feel like they need to be friends with the person that they're in a relationship with.
Yes, I've heard that before. Like, I'm not gonna be best friends with my wife. What?
That my wife is hands down my absolute best friend on the planet. There is nobody that I would rather spend my time with. So and people say, oh man, you whipped, you soft, or whatever. If I'm gonna be whipped, it may as well be with my wife.
Come on, and 32 years in now.
Ain't nobody else I'd rather kick it with. So if I'm going out of town, I'm like, man, we going out of town. If I got a speaking engagement in, like, we just went to we were doing a pilot for a TV show down in Phoenix, Arizona, a couple months ago, right before COVID hit. And so we had to go down there and do some recording. I'm like, okay, you know, we got to go to Arizona.
Right.
And that's just wherever I go, you know, she going. And it ain't because she keeping tabs on me or one of us is insecure. Look, when I'm done working, that's who I want to kick it with.
Right. That's who you want to be with. You don't want to be hanging out with somebody that, you're going to have to, I talk to you later, man.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
But I posted this question a little while back about the idea of being friends with your spouse. And there are some people who just don't see the value in being quote unquote friends. Like, my spouse is my spouse, my friends are my friends. And then they maintain the idea that, you know, they can still have female friends or male friends outside of their relationship. And for some people, I guess that works. But I think generally speaking, and just look at how high the divorce rate is, right?
Yeah.
It's
54%.
More than 50%. So I think it's generally a mistake. We got a couple more comments.
So my thing is this: if you want to have that type of friendship outside of your marriage or your partnership, that's because you want to be able to say things that you wouldn't say to your wife or you wouldn't say to your husband, and that's not transparency. That's still cheating.
Yeah.
And people don't get that. If you are hiding anything from your spouse, your parent, your partner, that's cheating.
Yeah. It is.
It's cheating. So, Tamika says she came in late because I asked her earlier, did she see what we were talking about? She said, I agree. Why risk what you have for people who are already married? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Putting the other man before your man is not healthy. It is your father. Is it your father or a family? No. Then no. Tamika, like, nope.
Straight no chaser. Straight no chaser.
Go ahead.
Smiley Bay says, I agree with that, but at what point in the progressing relationship? I've had this conversation prior to us being exclusive. So now that's another conversation, right? So if you're not exclusive, if we're not exclusive, why am I cutting off my friends?
Right.
So I'm thinking, just if I were single, unless I determine that we're on the same exact path and we want the exact same things, and you're exclusive and I'm exclusive, unless we've made that type of agreement, that type of arrangement, then I got friends.
Yeah.
Right?
And I got some potentials too, because just want you to know until you get it right.
Yep.
You ain't locked in. Don't think that you locked in until you locked in.
And it's not just women who are naive about, men being friends. There are men too. I mean, women. Look, man, women out here, they trying to get it too. They trying to come up and make their lives better. And so, if they have the opportunity to do that at the expense of your wife, they will set your marriage on fire.
Yep.
You know what I
mean? Man, in the case of a husband, men are out there. It's some men that just want to deal with women who are taken because there's no responsibility. He doesn't have to pay nothing. You ain't gonna ask him for nothing. You're not gonna tell him when he needs to be someplace, and there's no responsibility. So he's not trying to. He wants to be in that type of relationship. So
I see a comment from Derek. He says, "Oh, wait a minute. There you go.
Go ahead.
Go back to that one." Stephanie says, honestly, the majority of my male friends would go to bed with me if I opened my legs. You damn right they would.
They sure will.
French. But that's how it's laid, man. I'm telling you. Tamika says, nah, there are no several male friends, ladies.
Right.
Ain't that many rare men on the planet for one woman to have all these friends. It's just, we're not built like that, I'm telling you.
Nope. Nevada says, I haven't had one male friend I could call brother. Then he ain't your friend.
That's it.
Because it's a thing. Think about it. When you are with your female, same-sex friends, you're bearing all. You're sharing. And then we're real quick to be like, hey, sis. And the men be like, hey, bro, if you can't do the same thing with those opposite sex, there shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be.
And I'll even go a step further, and I will say, when I'm with my partners, my boys, there is absolutely nothing they can do for me sexually, even if they wanted it. Like there's nothing there. And so the only thing we can do is wish each other well. The only thing I can want from you is to see you live your best life. If I'm truly calling myself a friend, yes. You can't do nothing for me, to use my best English. Yes. So, if you switch that and you put a male-female pairing, there is always something that can be done, or something that you can get from them other than just, hey, I wish you well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it all the way 100.
All the way 100. Tamika Nicole said he will sleep with you 98% of the time. I think 99.99999.
Better believe it. Yep.
Stephanie says, I agree with Vaun says he gonna smash. So we went there. Okay. So we're trying to catch back up to where they were, because we getting a lot in today. Thank y'all for engaging with us. We love this.
I see a comment by Derek. He says a lot of men are friends with women with the hope of maybe one day she'll cry on my shoulder, or she'll slip up and have a moment of weakness. Dangerous stuff, in my opinion. But with that being said, it can work. So, again, dangerous stuff. And can it work? Is it physically possible? Yeah, but it's dangerous.
So this is the answer to Smiley. She said, my 2 male friends will be able to hang with me and my partner when I get one, with their wives. But I want to know, can you go knock on their door, their wife come to the door and go, come on in, Smiley? Because if that can't happen, they're not really your friends.
Or watch this. Maybe the wife is on her way to the store or to hang out with her friends, and she knows that she's going to be gone for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and she's on her way out while you're on your way up to the door. Does she feel comfortable leaving you at the house with her husband for those 4 or 5 hours while she's gone?
Now that's heavy right there, because I swear.
And if that creates any discord whatsoever in the wife's mind, then you are not a platonic friend.
Most folk won't leave their sisters in the house with their man.
Wow.
I've had this conversation many a times when you like, girl, we going to the store together, because sisters will mess with your man. So if she opposite sex, she can't stay here.
Oh, you mean the female sister?
The female's sister.
Yeah.
Females will not leave their sisters in the house with their man while they're on for hours.
And you might want to take your mama too. You might want to take your mama too. I'm just saying,
if she got what you got, we all going to the store.
Man, look, we gotta make a store run. If my brother visited, my brother's my man, $5,000, but we gotta make a store run.
You say, man of $5,000. Come on now. We gotta make a store run together.
We'll be back. Ain't no I'll be back. We'll be back. And that's just, there was, when I was in the military, we had this policy called fraternization. Mm-hmm. And so what fraternization is this policy of being unduly familiar or too familiar, more familiar than what the job would require you to be. Mm-hmm. So, and that policy was primarily set for people who were junior versus who were senior. So if there was someone who was senior to you and they could adversely or even positively impact your performance evaluations, or if you could gain something professionally from the friendship with that person, and then you were seen being more familiar than the job would require, people would accuse you of fraternizing. Right? Fraternization. Right. And so what they said was, if it looks like you're fraternizing, you are fraternizing, even if you're not fraternizing. So just the appearance of something more familiar is enough to get you in trouble. Enough. So what I say is, I treat marriage the same way. If it looks like you're more familiar than you should be, it's a problem. And so one of the things that we like to do in our marriage is we keep everything above board, and we're not going to be like one of the things I told you when we started working together. I'm like, one of the things that my wife can and will answer any of my phone calls, any of my text messages. That's just what it is. That's what we do. Yeah. So there is no appearance of being more intimately familiar than you need to be.
Absolutely. And I want to even take it, let's take the responsibility on the friend or the person that's outside of that relationship. There's a responsibility that your friend should have to your relationship to say, hey, let me say how I'm not going to be making phone calls to you late at night. I'm not going to be coming to you. I don't want you to be trying to rescue me. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you should want your friend to even be dealing with. So it's almost like your real friend would back up, right? Would take themselves completely back up and say, all right, let me step out of this because this getting a little close, or whatever the case may be, because you got to make sure that your friendship is always the center of that. Meaning that if they are really your friends, you're going to look out for their relationship. So you're going to make sure that they're okay. I mean, I have, even with my spiritual sister, my spiritual brother, sister, I mean, they have helped me through a lot of things in my life, but I don't call her husband unless I'm looking for her. Meaning that, hey, I done called her phone, where's she at? Because something ain't right. I ain't talked to her. Where's she at? Yep. But I'm not finna call him, bro, let's talk, and no, we're not doing that without her knowledge. Yep. And they know that that's spiritual brother, spiritual sister, but there's boundaries that you have to maintain. And if you don't, then you got to check your own motives and see what's up with that.
That's right. And I had we have plenty of couples friends, or friends who are couples. And so I might have a question for my buddy's wife, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a text message, but I'm not sending her a direct text message. I'm going to form a group message where my wife is in it and he's in it. Yeah. And then I'm going to pose the question to them or to her. But I'm not starting any sidebar, just between me and her, And again, do we have the liberty of being able to talk to each other directly? Yeah, you can. But again, just the appearance that everything is on the up and up above board, I think that keeps everything healthy. We got a few more comments if you want to read some.
We got a lot more. So let's go back to Smiley. I guess Smiley answered. She said, okay, Michelamonè, my male friends are like my girlfriends. We're all on the same chat. These are truly platonic. Okay, well, if they are, I mean, I guess what I was trying to answer is going to why can't you keep your friends? One, you have to know who you're dealing with. So if the dude that you're dealing with happens to not be as secure as, again, that healthy relationship has to be in place in order for that to happen. So I no disrespect to you. So I hope I didn't, come too hard, but I'm just simply saying that you got to make sure that they are in a position where they can handle that. And then outside of handling that, they can be able to be honest with where they are. And most men, like Vaun is saying, most men that have these female friends, unless they're inviting them into the relationship with their wives, as in friendships, then you may be kind of a secret. So, but I'm not saying, hey, I don't know the friendship. I was just trying to answer the question based off of what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see. Every male friend I've ended up being friends of the girlfriend or the wife because I love them. But obviously there's less hanging out if he's in a relationship. Why am I not in a relationship? I need to be getting my own man. So honestly, I don't even care about having a male best friend. That's nuts. These men will crack you like a peanut. So Smiley was just saying she just wanted to make sure she wasn't wrong in the response she gave him. You are not wrong. Let me say this. Any decision that you make for you is the right decision that you make for you at that time, because it may change if the circumstances changed. Yeah. If a dude came and you felt like he was the dude and he was showing you that he is the dude, you will make whatever adjustments you need to make. So let's see. She's keeping it 100 and keeping it funky. Tamika says, yes, Tamika, all men will be more likely to smash. Smiley agrees with Derek.
Yep.
Yes, my best friends. Their wives are waiting for you, dear, to get your own man. Trust me, ain't no wife trusting a woman with her man. Nope. Desi says, I used to do my best friend's wife hair. Okay, well then that means that y'all in there.
Right.
Revised, no smart wife, Tamika says. Mm-hmm. She said she's saying that they're definitely platonic.
Yeah, and let me just revisit that. There are exceptions. There are some scenarios where I'm sure there will be men and women that'll get on here and argue against our perspective, right? Mm-hmm. But what I am telling you, though, look, I'm a man. I've been around men all my life, and I'm telling you that the overwhelming majority, again, there are exceptions. Hell, I'm an exception, right? So there are exceptions, but the overwhelming majority of men will take that opportunity if it is presented to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sierra says, all extra women in the house leave when I leave.
That's right.
Smiley says she was at their wedding. Yep. Okay, their wives are definitely keeping their eye on you, even if okay, I ain't want to fight no fights in the thing. Lakeisha said, I had a male friend once. We've never been anything there. When things got rocky in their marriage, she stated that she thought we were messing around. We were friends before they got married, though. And These are things that you gotta ask, because my thing is, I would even have that conversation. We good? Because if we not good, then I need to X myself out of the situation.
To the point that she just made, if the spouse of the person that you're a friend with, if they think that is something there, that's enough to discontinue the friendship right there. If you are, look, if me and my buddy, me and my homie, you know, or me, and let's just say that she and I have been friends, and then she gets married, and then he thinks that there's a problem between me and her, if he thinks that there's some attraction between me and her, if she is genuinely my friend, if I'm sincerely concerned about her best interest, I gotta fall back, because I want to see her happy, and I know that my presence is causing discord in their relationship. So if I'm genuinely motivated to see her live her best life, then I have to recognize that my presence is causing a problem in their relationship. So I got to fall back. Ain't gonna be no, well, we've been friends, and we ain't doing that.
No.
That's what, to me, that's what a friend is.
Right. I don't care how long it's been.
No.
They could have been around way longer than that person. And if you feel like you got to protect that friendship over the person that you said I do to. And again, we still are talking about much of this is about those long-term relationships that are leading into marriage or already married. If you do not see this person as a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, then no, like Vaun said earlier, don't be getting rid of your friends until you know you locked.
Right, that part.
Don't be holding on to stuff that you locked in though.
Yep.
Tamika says, thank you, Vaun. Exactly. Open communication resolves many perils. Mm-hmm. She went on to say, my husband cannot be used to emotionally support or give masculine protection to any other woman but me and his family. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Not even as his friend. Nope. That is highly disrespectful. Let's see. That opened. Oh, she said the open text group is a sign of high respect. Yeah. Tamika says, go ahead.
Smiley Bay says, my best friend equals yes. I was willing to step away from our friendship as they are willing to step away if needed. I had this conversation with both of them. So it sounds like you're a friend to the marriage.
Yeah.
And again, that's what I said at the opening of the show. That's healthy. Mm-hmm. If you're a friend to the marriage, you know, then that's what's up.
Yeah. No, she says no, she's good. Oh, I'm sorry, because we have so many. She said she responded twice and she's able to be in the home with the best friends. Because we have so many, I wasn't able to get to that one. So sorry that I asked you again. Let's see where we got so many. I'm trying to get to them. And
I see one down here. It says, Lakeisha Tucker says, I would have discontinued the friendship if I had known she felt that way. And once they were married, I only went to their family functions where she was involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we're trying to keep it a buck, family.
Right.
I mean, and if you just looking at the very foundation or the very essence of what it means to be a friend.
Yeah.
Right. If I am genuinely your friend, that means I want nothing more than to see you live your best life.
Absolutely.
And if your best life means that I have to step away because my presence is causing discord or disharmony between you and the person, the most important person to you, then, you know, that's what it is. I even say this about my own wife. I love my wife as much as any man can love a woman. But if she gets to the point where she feels like the best part of her happiness would come from me not being in her life, I love her enough to let her explore that. I don't own her. Right. Now, is that gonna hurt? Hell yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna like it, but I love her enough to the point where if she wants to go, I gotta respect it. I gotta fall back and let her go.
Yeah, and she just said the same thing. A respectable friend would fall back.
Yep.
Yep. So she is right there with you on that. And
we coming up on that show. It's about that time.
It's almost time. Says, once I become committed to someone, I have no issues with distancing the friendship. Good stuff, Smiley. Exactly, at Lakeisha. And then those are the only friends I have, both male and female. Good stuff. Y'all loving on this today. We love this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Tamika Nicole says platonic relationship are jive situationships. Can we be honest?
They lead to entanglements, right?
Yeah, y'all heard that new song. Y'all got to go check out the new song. I need to find it myself. The new song by August about Jada and Will, y'all. I heard there's a new song out. Y'all heard the song?
I haven't heard it yet myself, but I'm gonna go check it out. But,
yeah, I want to go to. I watched the commentary about it. Who's the guy was talking about how it's something else. Something else.
Too often they do lead to those types of situations, those entanglements, and look, man, when you truly value what you have, it becomes less and less worth it to even risk, creating wrinkles in your relationship that don't need to be there.
Yeah,
there is nobody on this planet whose happiness or peace of mind is more important to me than my wife's.
Absolutely.
So there, except for my own. I mean, I'm always, my peace of mind is first, and then very second, or even right there. If you're talking 1 and 1A, my wife's peace of mind is right there beside mine. And so, if there's anything that I'm doing that jeopardizes her peace of mind or threatens her peace of mind, I'm smashing that. I'm crushing it. I'm getting rid of it.
Nix, she said, excellent topic, your wife says. And then
thank you, ma'am.
Smiley says she totally agrees. Absolutely. We have enjoyed y'all on tonight. I just wanted to say this is some of the things that I want to summarize. Any friend of the opposite sex that is not enthusiastically agreed upon by your spouse should not be there. Any friend of the opposite sex that has been a former lover, definitely off limits. Any friend that might have what it takes to trigger a feeling of romantic love, or may have already triggered that feeling in the past. Let's see.
Yeah,
so much stuff.
Yeah, if you've ever been intimate before, they're disqualified. If either one of you has ever tried to shoot the shot before, even if you never made it to intimacy, but you would have liked for it to have gone there, but by default now you're friends. See, I'm using these air quotes because I just learned how to do that. if you happen to by default fall into a friendship, they disqualify it. Man, I mean, it's rare, man. I think zero. Man, I don't know. I think we can beat it up.
Yeah. So look, it says your frequent conversations with this friend are like cords of a rope, each one making the connection stronger and more intimate.
Yeah.
The longing for more interactions is evidence of your desire to know this person more, and that's a dangerous territory.
Yep.
And it's really only natural for those connections to happen. Again, when you are friends with the same sex, maybe everybody's not as open as me, because if I'm your friend, I'm gonna be open, and you have to still have those boundaries, because 60% of couples suffer from infidelity, 60% of them, and 54% of them divorce. So that means the other 6% still suffering from infidelity.
And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of couples that are still married, but they ain't together. So even though these numbers might say 50%, 60%, it's probably really closer to 75, 80% of couples who are still married legally on paper, but they are not in alignment. They're not walking in alignment. They are not on one accord, and they're miserable. There are a lot of miserable couples out here, and I'm telling you that this is one of the ways that you just start to weed out some of those unnecessary obstacles in the pursuit of harmony in the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, like you said earlier, my peace of mind is my number one. I will fight somebody. I will stand alone in the world to protect my peace of mind. Yeah. And like you said, when that spouse comes along, his peace of mind has to be that same level. And if it's anything in him that's going to be off because he doesn't like something in my environment, we got to talk about that.
Yep.
Smiley says that she's on the same page. She's open as well. She says, speak on it. And yes, there are more miserable than happy, as I witness. Absolutely. This was good.
Yeah, good show. Good show.
Good stuff.
Good constructive conversation.
Yes, very much so. So listen, y'all. If y'all know anybody that has a great relationship story or has a relationship product and y'all want to be featured, or you believe that it's something that we should highlight, make sure that you either leave it in the comment section. You can DM us at one of our pages at Coach Vaughn's page is Vaun, the Love Alchemist on Facebook, and I am at Coach Michelamonè. You can leave it in our inbox, you can comment, or you can just email us at harmony@hisandherperspective.com.
Indeed.
Make sure that y'all sharing this. Share. Go over to our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be putting up some special stuff that's only going to be viewed on YouTube, but we're not telling y'all. So y'all got to click the bell that says get the notification so that you all can get those notifications when they actually come out. This will actually go onto our YouTube page so that you can share it and you can share it from this way too. Do a watch party or something, because sharing is caring.
Yep, I'll go ahead and put the YouTube page down in the comment section.
Good stuff.
And be on the lookout for our podcast too, family.
Yes,
it's coming.
Because we are on Spotify, and what's the other one that we're on?
We're on Spotify right now, and we're also on, it's like 7 of them that'll be there in total. But right now we're on Spotify and we're on Podcast Addict. But we're going to be on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and Stitcher. So we're going to be on like 7 total platforms. So, be on the lookout for that. And that's it.
Lakeisha Tucker says, thanks for these great episodes. Thank you so much for coming and showing with us. And then Desi says, the next topic should be, do you continue to live with your spouse when they only want to be friends?
Wait. Clarify that for me. Next topic should be, do you continue to live with your spouse when they only want to be friends? So
right.
You're talking about the intimacy has failed. Is that what you're saying, Desiree?
So when we waiting for that, she said, Smiling said she don't see the YouTube link. Where did you share it? Share it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it as soon as the show is, as soon as we log off, as soon as we close out here. I'm gonna come right back within 5 minutes, and I'm gonna drop it in the comment section.
Okay, so she says, awesome guys. She fixed it, and yes. And Desi said that's what she's exactly talking about. The intimacy has failed.
Yeah, that's a heavy one.
Because you know what, we actually got some comments. Somebody was commenting on some things because we were supposed to do the part 2 for last week, remember? So they were giving us some things, and this kind of tapped into exactly what Desi just said that we need to talk about. So yeah, we're gonna discuss that. And also, sounds like it's gonna be a hot topic because Lakeisha like, ooh.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's talk about that, because man, there's a lot of people. And we know a famous couple who doing it.
Look, and I've been saying for a long time that's not a marriage. That's an arrangement.
That is an arrangement. That's an entanglement.
Yeah.
That's just not being entangled. Yeah, that's some stuff.
Entanglement going on.
Right. Right. They just laughed out loud. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We will check y'all back on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that y'all are sharing with your friends and letting them know that we are in the game.
All right, family. Love y'all.
Talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.